Okay. Hello, Kim.
Hi, Melissa. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. How are you? I'm so glad the dogs decided to bark right as we started recording.
Hey, they just want to be part of the action too.
Yeah, real life right there. So, I'm so happy that you are joining me today to talk about Rebel School.
Yes, I'm very
Yay.
happy to be joining. Yay!
Yay. So, tell people a little bit about why you decided to do Rebel School. Like, talk a little bit about why Rebel School was the choice.
Yes. So for me, I've done a lot of different programs, and none of them ever really resonated with me. And so I knew that the next time I was going to do any type of coaching or make any investment for myself, that it had to be with someone that would help me kind of cut through the BS and push me to go beyond my limits. And when we met back in April, I was like, she's the one to do it.
How has it been since then? Wow.
I know. So I attended your Fanning the Flames workshop that you held here in Brooklyn, which was wonderful. And the fact that you made the process so easy that even my 10-year-old at the time could go through it and had thoughts around it, I was like, oh, this is a woman who I could definitely work with. And she doesn't let you really get away with things, which is great. Because it's so easy to do mental acrobatics and talk yourself out of stuff, but you just don't let people do that.
Yeah, it's true. Totally true. Yeah. So, what did you love about Rebel School?
I loved meeting all the fabulous women who are in Rebel School. I loved the questions and the probes that you gave us, the prompts. So lots of homework, which shouldn't scare anyone because, again, it's optional homework and it's always there for you when you want to, but you get much more out of it when you do the homework. But I think it was just really having that community of women where you could share information and be part of that, and just really rooting for each other and celebrating each other's wins. And also, go ahead.
Sorry. I think it's really amazing what happens when you curate a group of women getting together, especially right now. I think women are craving that sort of connection and community with other women in a way that we never have before. And I think that it's incredible. Like, the thing I love about Rebel School is I couldn't anticipate, I put you all together and I can't anticipate what's going to happen. But the support that you all showed for each other was really phenomenal. Can you talk a little bit about maybe stuff that you were apprehensive or worried about when you first started, and what happened in the course of those 12 weeks as you moved through it?
So for me, it was, my apprehension was whether or not I would commit to the work and show up. You made it easy to show up. And then having each of the women, as when we met on the call, it was really great because we were showing up for each other and showing up for ourselves and demonstrating that for each other and modeling how we wanted to be ourselves, which was kind of cool because I don't think we realized we were doing that for each other.
Oh my God. I don't think I even realized you were doing that for each other. I love that.
Yeah. So I think because that's so much of what we talk about is we need more role models. But there we were all being role models for each other and not even realizing it because we were so worried about our own stuff and crap going on that we didn't even realize we were showing each other how to show up for ourselves.
Oh my God, I love that so much. Ah, that's so good. So, if you, would you recommend Rebel School to other people?
Absolutely.
And
hands down.
What is it that you think other women should know about enrolling in Rebel School?
So if you don't think you're a rebel, you are. So I think that was one of the biggest learnings for most of us on there is actually every one of us realized, oh yeah, we're all kind of a rebel inside. And just the act of being a woman and being a woman who presents in the world who just wants to live unapologetically for our gender or who we are. And it just, yes, I think that to me is the fact that we're there and present means we're rebels and we need to find those moments for ourselves.
Oh, I love that. And I don't know, is there anything I'm forgetting to ask you that you want people to know?
So sorry, I'm getting a little feedback.
Oh, that sucks. I can't hear it over here, so.
Okay, great. So for me, it was more I guess some of the stuff I'd like to share are just some things that I personally changed in myself. So it doesn't seem like big changes, but they're small incremental changes that have huge impacts. So one of the things was you kept harping on having a gratitude practice. I'm like, what is this crap, a gratitude practice? Very skeptical of the whole thing, right? And I know I shared with you like my whole thoughts around this. Like I asked tons of people, I'm like, so do you practice gratitude? Well, if you do, what's your practice? How has it helped you? Why would you recommend this to someone else? And I swear, I probably asked about 20 or 25 people. That's a lot of people to ask. And the people who did share with me what their practice was, it was interesting to see how they talked about it and the transformation of it. Which I thought was really great. And so that was one thing that I did change is found something that resonated for me in terms of a gratitude practice. And so I was really happy that you really pushed me to explore that further. And of course, due diligence.
So mad about it.
So mad. But I do it, not every single day, but I would say at least 5 to 6 days a week. If not, there are some days. Yeah. And I follow the Magic Pages format that you had recommended, which I thought was fabulous because I love the notion of these are the things I want the universe to hold for me. And it helped me put aside all of those negative feelings that I'm having.
Mary Houston teaches that. And it's really, I mean, it's so much more in depth than you could possibly imagine. But just every day asking the universe to hold those things for you that you just cannot carry. It's super powerful, isn't it?
It is. It's very powerful.
Yeah. And there's so many different ways that people experience gratitude and express gratitude. So I think it's great that you found something that works for you because sometimes it doesn't, right?
Yes.
So some people get a lot more in depth in doing that daily work. So I'm really impressed that you're doing it like 5 to 6 days a week. That's amazing.
Yes. Another thing that I have been able to do since Rebel School is I started to do some writing. So I would always have these internal dialogues in my head of things like, oh my gosh, let me think of, this was something observed in my world today. So now I actually have a Facebook page where I am putting those writings and sharing those writings and things that I want to share with the world. And it's an outlet for me.
And what is your Facebook page?
It is called Uneven Surfaces BK. So a lot of times when you search for uneven surfaces, you'll get a lot of flooring. But you will see it. It has a beautiful photo of Central Park that I took this fall and also a sign of uneven surfaces, caution, uneven surfaces. And so I share podcasts, videos, just my own personal musings about things that I've been thinking about or I experienced that I just felt like I want to share. And so please feel free to like that page all you want.
And we'll link it in the comments too.
Awesome. Thank you.
Anything else you did as a result of Rebel School?
So also really started to intentionally think about what my next career move is going to be. So having just turned 48 this year and seeing 50 right there on the horizon, saying, okay, I am very grateful for the current career that I have and the skill sets that I've been able to develop. And I know that these would be beneficial in another capacity where I really can start to live my purpose, and who I am meant to be and what I'm meant to bring to the world. So I am really starting to think about that transition for myself. So moving out of a risk and compliance role and moving towards a space where I can develop and manage programs or initiatives for women and girl empowerment. What this is going to look like, I don't know yet, but things are starting to kind of formulate, and a lot of it's just coming back to where I was when I was in college and things that I was exploring in college. And so it's very interesting to see myself kind of go back to my grounding and really where I am or who I am.
That's so great. That's so awesome. Yay! Is there anything else you think that people should know about Rebel School?
Oh, you're just badass, and I love that.
I think the thing that I just really appreciate about the process is that there's somehow something gets created where you all are really willing to be vulnerable and take risk. And I think that is the beauty of the process of Rebel School, is that all of you, when you come together, you really, even on the Facebook page, it was, and because we had people who like hated Facebook and who were like, no, it almost became the deal breaker, right? They were like, I'm not doing it if I have to get on Facebook. And so, but the community that you all were willing to create, I think is really beautiful. It's just really lovely to see how you all came together and coalesce, and so it's lovely. Besides me being a badass, I think that's.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. And I think what I love is that we will be able to continue to have that safe space for us to have those conversations, and where we can continue to root for each other, and celebrate our wins and learn from each other.
Yeah, it's really great. It's so
Yeah.
cool. Yay! Well,
Awesome.
So for those of you who are watching this, Rebel School, the next class of Rebel School is open now, and you can apply. You don't have to apply, you just sign up, and you can, and we start on January 23rd. And all of the information is on the website at naturalbornrebel.com. If you go to programs and click on Rebel School, you can get all that information, and we'll put the link in the comments. So we're going to put that link in the comments, and also the link to Kim's amazing Facebook page, because it's awesome and her writing is fabulous. So
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me today, Kim.
My pleasure, anytime. So lots of fun.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Actually, don't leave.